What if you scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10x Tech Tank. Jared Yellin here, and we also have the one and only E. Penny, all the way in Jersey. Yes, E. Penny. Listen, he's trying to remove his label I gave him. Listen, do you guys know the story about E. Penny? Like, do you know the story with this? We won't even go there. You must have seen this in previous episodes. But thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We go live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time for you, and also for entrepreneurs from around the world to share their big tech ideas. We call it their dreams, their aspirations. Do you realize that every great company started on a napkin? Every company, from Tesla to the Virgin brand, everything started on a napkin, and that's what this show is about. Entrepreneurs pitching us their ideas that they wrote on a napkin, or maybe they've invested a little bit of money and they have a minimum viable product, and sometimes they're even cash flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And their hope and desire is that you and Eric and I say, yes, let's move forward into due diligence, which gives us the opportunity to really dig into the entrepreneur, into their idea, into the market that they're serving, and also into their business model. And if we get to that point and we see potential, we give them the opportunity to co-found a company with 10x Incubator, which will build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. So besides for just enjoying the show, which I know that you will, please engage. Share in the comments below if you love the idea or if you stand against the idea and why, so that you can influence Eric and I when we start hearing these pitches for the very first time. All right, who's first in the tank?
What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
All right, we are back from commercial break with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Eric Nyman. I'm calling from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
Where are you calling from?
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Awesome, cool. Thanks so much for being here. You got 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea, Eric.
All right. So past 2 years, obviously, employment has been an issue in the restaurant business. And over the past 2 years, there's been a lot of struggle. So I was trying to come up with a new way to get around staffing agencies and the time they take. So I came up with an on-demand employment app where it would be similar to like Uber, where I could go in, I could post a job for the day. People that are looking for temporary work for the day would be able to sign in and they have a one-time job for that day. It could be somebody looking for extra money or something along those lines. It also gives somebody the opportunity to try a job out. If there's a job listing for a restaurant, for example, if they want to see what the work environment is like, they could go in, work for the day. If they don't like it, they don't have to apply down the road. On the app, we would list the credentials they would need for the job. And then if they meet, they would be able to sign up through the app. We would accept or decline if we wanted them or not. If somebody had already taken the position, then we would remove the ad. And as opposed to the traditional model of a staffing agency where they charge me $18 an hour and they're only paying $13 an hour to the employee, and they retain $5 of that whole day. So if they work 8 hours, it's $40 at the staffing agency. It would only cost the restaurant directly $5 for the day to post an ad. And that would be good for 24 hours. It would also give us the opportunity to see how somebody's work is. And then we would be able to offer them potentially a full-time job if we had a full-time position available.
Are you in the hospitality business? Like, do you own a restaurant? Like, how did this come, this idea?
Yes, I own a restaurant.
Okay, cool. So owning a restaurant, is there anything remotely close to this right now on the market that you've
not
seen?
that I've been able to come across, other than something like Craigslist, which is kind of outdated at this point. And now I don't feel like it's being overutilized by a lot of the warehouses in my area, and they eliminate kind of all the individual little businesses that are looking for employment. They'll have 10 ads for Chewy warehouse work on their Amazon work, but then all the little guys are kind of squeezed in between and you don't get seen.
So the restaurant uses this, they pay $5. The platform keeps $5. Does the individual employee list their price, or is it just a fixed price based on
we could put the pay out there for the day. They could counter offer it. And if we agree, then they move forward. One of the things I would have in there, and it would depend on the actual individual restaurant, if they want that, if we did a background check, instant background check or not. A lot of times that probably wouldn't be, but I mean, we'd be looking for probably simple workers, stuff that probably don't want to do a background check on, dishwashers, line cooks, fry cooks, stuff like that. Somebody that can come in and just kind of do the work, that they don't need the full knowledge of the restaurant if they're being told what to do on the spot.
Are they paying?
And I feel like
or are they paying them directly? Like if somebody does this, they work a 5-hour shift at $20 an hour. Are they getting $100 from when they go into the restaurant, or they're paying?
I would pay through the app, similar to how Uber gets paid, just in reverse, essentially. We would deposit, they would have to link an account to it, or we could issue some sort of debit card to people that are going to continuously be using this app if they're always looking for work through it. And then it could just deposit onto a card, or we deposit onto an account for them.
Eric, what do you got?
So would you imagine that this would be something that restaurants would use weekly, monthly, quarterly, once a year?
I had it designed that you would have 3 types of pay structures. You could have a 24-hour listing. You could, for $5, for example, or you could do 30 ads a month for $100, or maybe an unlimited amount for, say, $250 a month. So I feel like there's a couple different layers you could have to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it would be something that you think they'd be using monthly?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially in this environment that we've been in.
So how do we get the market, right? So we need the market of people looking for work. And then let's just say we focus on restaurants right now. So we need the restaurants on there. How do we get both of those characters on this platform? Like if we didn't exist, it was 100% up to you. What would you do to get both of those characters?
I would utilize social media first in order to push the app itself to find people who are not working, get the advertising flowing out there. I feel like there's probably a lot of people that are sitting around at home that are, sitting on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever other social platforms are using these days. And that's where we would start to find people at work. I mean, Facebook already has their job marketplace, but we could be able to and that doesn't seem to be very effective. So I just think advertising in the feed would get people seeing it and see let's just say they had an unexpected bill come up and they already have a full-time job. Well, they're like, oh, I could work 3 nights this week and make up that $100 I need to pay this bill I have. So they could get that work quickly, as opposed to a staffing agency sometimes where it can be up to 2 weeks by the time they actually find a person, get them in, get through their system, their process. This is instant on-demand employment.
How long have you been thinking about this for?
About 2 months.
Cool. Awesome. Eric, what else? What final question for you?
Oh, no. So my name's Eric as well. So he's
okay.
Yeah. So what would be your plan because now with this double-sided marketplace, right? You need restaurants and you need labor for this restaurant. Which one do you think is more important to go after first? Because the restaurants won't come unless there's labor on there, but then the labor won't come unless there's restaurants on there. So what do you think? Which one would you market towards first?
So I would kind of go towards the employee side first and kind of put it out there that we're revolutioning the way you can find temporary work without all the hurdles of a staffing agency, and start getting that out into the market. And people start thinking about, well, I would like to have extra work, but I don't want to go through all these small hassles of getting extra work. And I don't want to have to be on somebody else's schedule. This gives the people the opportunity to schedule themselves.
And I know I asked the question and I'm already interrupting you. Is being a waiter or waitress a commoditized job where basically an experienced waiter or waitress or bus person, they'd be able to step in anywhere and just
to a degree,
if they knew the menu, right?
Yes.
Like they could just basically walk in and do it. That's interesting.
They should be able to. I probably one of my employees who works for me is 25 years experienced, correct? So he can probably walk out of my place, and I'm a partner in another place. He could probably walk in there the same day, take an hour to read the menu before he gets there, and at least do 75% of the job without some of the small things in there that he needs to know where something's located, or, maybe just a term is different on this menu than what he has at another place.
Yeah. Got it.
What restaurant do you own?
There's sports bars.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Let's see what our audience thinks. What are your thoughts on this on-demand staffing platform? Really a disruption in the space. What are your thoughts on us moving forward into due diligence? Would you use this for employment, and would you use this as an employer as well? Eric, what are your thoughts on next steps?
So I actually think we might even be thinking a little bit too small with just restaurants. I think what's even more interesting is all of the places that could need temporary work. I know hotels are constantly looking for people as well, and so are restaurants, of course. Movie theaters. There's tons of places that are looking for that temporary work, and there are tons of job boards and directories to find temporary digital work. But I really can't think of any where you could find temporary in-person work, and I'm not sure if that's a regulation issue, and I'm not sure if that's or if there is any issue to that. But that's why I would want to head into due diligence and discuss this a little bit more around why somebody has possibly not done this before, what kind of regulations are there, because then we step into a little bit of an employment law area that we'll have to discuss even more. But I'd want to take the next step and discuss all of this more.
Yeah, I agree with our Eric. Eric did a great job coming to the tank, sharing an idea. What's interesting is within probably about 60 seconds, we got it. We understood problem solution.
Yeah, totally.
That's so critical for everybody watching here. If you get a chance to come to the tank, if in the first 60 seconds we don't get problem solution, most likely we're not going to get it. You need to find a way to simplify what you're solving. And you did a great job of that. I'm a yes to go into due diligence. I do believe there's a market for this. And there's tons of businesses that are looking for this exact solution. So great job coming with a wonderful idea. We're excited to go deeper with you. After commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
The insurance adjuster industry has not received much love in the space of innovation, ever. Professionals in this industry are faced with extremely arduous processes that make scaling difficult and quality of life poor. Claim Guru assists public adjusting businesses by providing powerful tools for managing every step of the claim process, from origination to settlement and beyond. In addition, Claim Guru will help professionals stay on top of their adjusting caseload, proactively guiding them through the process, which makes the customer experience significantly enhanced. Our client-centric approach helps to increase your company's capacity, providing you with the tools you need to grow and succeed. From lead management, contract execution, scheduling, claims filing, claims management, loss scoping, loss documentation, document creation and distribution, file transferring, claim activity documentation, task reminders and organization, form filling and filing, payment intake and distribution. The process is currently way too complex and time-consuming to allow for maximum profits. Until now, we invite you to take your public adjusting business to the next level by hiring a guru, the one and only Claim Guru.
We are back from a commercial break with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Wesley Simmons from St. Louis, Missouri.
Awesome. Wesley, you got 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea. I see a beautiful picture of your family there. So take it away.
Yes, thank you. All right. So yeah, as exists in my family, I'll start there. And this is my beautiful wife, my 2 amazing boys, and they're my world. So my career started probably a little over a decade ago. Built homes for my father in upstate New York, and then transitioned into the insurance space and as a catastrophe adjuster. So traveling all over the U.S., probably inspected a little over 10,000 roofs in that time period, helped train multiple adjusters in the field, and really saw the inside and outside of the insurance company and how they handle claims. However, with that being said, it is very difficult to maintain a family lifestyle when you're living out of a suitcase for months on end, as you can imagine. So that kind of caused me to shift and go into what I knew, and that was still construction and the insurance space, and opened a commercial roofing company here in St. Louis. So with that being said, I was able to get a grasp on the insurance side, and then also on the construction side, and how claims all come together as one piece, one system, to see the ins and outs of everything. So, and then really, that's what I want to talk about today, is the insurance claim industry. Insurance as a companies as a whole, premiums are going up all the time because of the amount of claims. As you know, Hurricane Ida last year hit Louisiana, $20-something billion property damage values there. So big industry, and insurance companies are faced with the issue of trying to bring in contractors, and they have a lot of costs. So most people think, well, if a payout is say $10,000 for a claim to the policyholder, what they don't realize is the cost the insurance companies incur on the back end every time a claim is touched, reopened, going to the management for review, all of that. So our goal is to bring a different solution to that, to speedline the process of settling a claim and reduce those costs for the insurance companies. Roof-wise, wind and hail, those are going to be the 2 primary drivers of the 2 largest claims by volume. So wind and hail combined, this is all pulled from Exactware, which is a leading estimating software for insurance companies. It's not the industry as a whole, but it is a good chunk of the industry representation. So these are numbers from 2019, where they had a little over 2.5 million claims from wind and hail alone, not including the other losses. And same thing, year 2019, wind, hail combined, you're looking at roughly $20 billion worth of damages there. So huge industry. I call it under radar industry because no one really talks about it. It is really aware of it, but huge opportunity there. So as far as processes go, policyholder files a claim, triage, emergency mitigation. They'll have to say wind came through, blew the roof off. They might have to get it tarped, get it dried in. And then from there, the adjuster comes in, does his assessment, writes his estimate, and then gets it sent out for approval from the management team. And then from there, payment to the policyholder. So payment to the policyholder, if there's a mortgage on that home, more than likely that mortgage company is going to be on the check with that policyholder, which, of course, if a check goes snail mail, now they're waiting to get that check 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they got to send it off to the mortgage company to get it reviewed and get it processed from them before they can even really start repairs. So choke points for that process are typically going to be in the damage assessment, damage estimate, and the payments, if there's multiple payments made. Anytime a claim is reopened, obviously there's a negotiation back and forth, which delays the process on the assessment and estimate side for contractors and adjusters. Kind of love-hate relationship. So what we want to do is we want to bring essentially say I want to bring a single point of access platform for insurance companies, contractors, and policyholders, and create trust through transparency. A lot of contractors and adjusters, like I said, have a love-hate relationship. So we want to be able to bring a single platform where they can communicate. Everybody sees the communications. Policyholders can select the contractors through there. They can view estimates, they can invoice, contractors can be paid directly through that app. And by doing so, they're more likely to work in that program because they're getting paid quicker. And then the contractor being vetted by us would also have a more respect from the insurance company as a whole. So revenue model, in order to generate money as a company, really 2 ways. One would be billing the insurance company for use of that platform, streamlining that process for their clients. And then contractors, their big thing is cash flow. So for them being able to manage that and pay per job, that is what would really benefit them and move things forward from there. So that's what I got.
Cool. Awesome. So give me, so when you, okay, let's see. So
Yeah.
when the product's ready, how do you get to market? You obviously have relevancy, you're in the industry. How do you scale this to your first 1,000 users?
Yep. So I would like to, being in this industry, right? So would be approaching the insurance companies. I do have a network of other contractors as well. And that's a beautiful thing about online presence and also just social media, right? So there's not a shortage of finding the contractors. There are managed repair programs out there. However, it's slow to pay and the contractors are restricted with here's our price and you can do it for this, or you can hit the road and we'll find someone else to do it cheaper. So we want to kind of eliminate that arguing and price and scope and say, look, let's let the contractor who's the professional to know how to do repairs, let them come in, give a bid, or in some cases create a more retail scenario where they're bidding for that job against other contractors in that same program.
And is the user of this, because I at one point thought it was the adjuster, and now I think it might be the contractor.
It's really two parties, right? So that's the benefit of having you're able to build the insurance company for use of the platform. For them, their benefit is streamlining the process. So it's minimizing their touches that they have on a claim, which reduce their back end cost. And the adjusters are able to work with contractors that they can trust, knowing that they're already vetted in that program. But the contractor is able to get jobs through that as well. So it's lead gen for the contractor.
Yeah, Eric, just a question.
And is this also becoming the place where they are managing all of their projects through this one tool as well?
The contractor or the adjuster?
The adjuster.
So the adjuster, I typically they would have their own management software. However, we would want to build some kind of, I think, API to connect everything with their existing software. So that way if a task comes through, they're not working in multiple systems and it'll still be able to feed into that. I do feel that the insurance industry and the contracting industry are a little behind the times when it comes to tech and their use of it. So that change in the tech field for that is right. It's ripe for change for sure.
Cool. Really interesting. So so where are you in the process? Like, has this been like riding on you for years, for months?
No. So to tell you real quick on my story there. So obviously I was in adjusting. I love the industry, but it's just not conducive for traveling and going all over the place. So, I never really looked at it from a opportunity standpoint of, well, if I'm not adjusting, what can I do? But once I started doing, probably I'd say the past year is when I started looking at other opportunities. And I'm like, wow, this is actually a void in the industry that should be filled. And then I just been kind of slowly trying to ruminate the idea, how to build it, what type of systems would be into place. Obviously this is a 5-minute thing, so I got a few more points in there, but yeah, that's really how it came to be.
And is this like, so what are you doing right now? So what is your current career at the moment?
So I own a commercial roofing company here locally. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. What does our audience think? What do you think about this platform? It's an efficiency play. It's bringing some technology to an industry that's not getting a lot of innovation love either. Would this be a product that you would use? Do you see this as a product where there's a need in the market? Should we move forward with due diligence? Eric, what are your thoughts?
So we have actually done a little bit of work in the public adjusting industry as well. And we see there's massive underdevelopment of technology within the industry because like every venture capital firm is going after this like sexy new stuff. Even for some reason, agriculture gets more like technology than public adjusting does, which is pretty funny. And so I'd want to head into due diligence to really look at all of the features and the problems that you're solving for these public adjusters, because then I also think that the work that we've done in the past would complement it very well too.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of work. We have a huge product that's going live within like a couple of weeks that we've been working on. It's one of the biggest things we took on. It was bigger than the scope of what we usually do. We try to focus on what can we do in 3 to 6 months, and there wasn't enough that we could do to get this thing over the starting line. So it's probably closer to a year of development, and we're ready to bring it to the market. I think it could be a really interesting strategic alliance for you with your idea. So I'm a yes as well. Whenever we find a way to like vertically integrate people within our co-foundership, our portfolio, where we're extra incentivized to do it. So I'm definitely a yes to go into due diligence. You've addressed an inefficiency. You're relevant when it comes to solving it. And I'm intrigued. So I'm excited to see what else you have in store. I know there's quite a bit, I'm sure, that's there. So great job. And we'll see you in due diligence. All right. After commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur joining us in the tank.
This is the great secret of my life. The thing that has made me is one word. Dude, this thing is so big. It's about the 10X movement.
The 10X movement had really improved my life dramatically.
Now I'm a millionaire because of it.
Our business was at $2 million. This year we're on projection to do $25 million.
Our revenue went up 29%.
We've already got our tickets for next year as well.
Before we even started, I could go home right now and I got my money's worth.
That's why I come to GrowthCon, and I'll always come to GrowthCon.
10X means a lot to me. 10X, like I told you, is just the beginning. 10 times more power to help those that need it the most. 10 times more power to motivate and inspire those out there. Give him a 10X!
With other people witnessing what's happening with us, is like chains are being broken from families everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you, 10X, it was a lifesaver, a life changer for me. And just because of what it's done for my family and what it's done for me.
And this is where people get stuck, and that's why we do the 10X Growth Conference, to get you out of comfort, to get you out of comparing yourself to somebody in Pakistan that has nothing. We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. Welcome to your 10X Growth Conference.
Bam! There we go. Another episode of 10X Tech Tank. I'm so excited we chose to do this daily. I mean, at one point in time, we were doing this once a week at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for about an hour. And Eric and I would show up and we'd have about 4 or 5 entrepreneurs sharing their tech ideas. And then one random day, I think it was like after episode 2, so 2 weeks in, I'm like, we're not doing this enough. And the team's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we need to do this daily. And everybody's like, a day, even Grant was like a daily show. Like that is a big commitment. I'm like, yeah, but we need to. We need to, because we have entrepreneurs that are coming with their tech ideas and volumes that we can't even process at this point. Literally every day, 50 to 100 people apply for 10X Incubator. Every day. And we need just more access, which is why we do this show daily. And we appreciate you for showing up daily as well. We appreciate you for engaging in the comments. But what I would appreciate you to do right now is to stop being a spectator. 2022 is the year of the entrepreneur. It's the year of the entrepreneur. And you will either co-author that story or you're going to read someone else's story. And if you have an idea, you better co-author it. So head over right now to pitch10x, that's 10x.com, and submit your idea. In addition, if this is your first time here, head over, you see it right there, 10xtechtank.com, you see it right there, and make sure you sign up on that page so we can notify you daily when we go live so you never miss an episode. And we got a pretty cool gift there as well that's absolutely free when you sign up. All right, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your attendance, and we appreciate you. See you on the next episode. Bye for now.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.